They locked the building over 20 years ago. No workers, no electricity, no one inside. But every night, people still hear footsteps moving through the halls. Some doors should never be opened. Subscribe for more forbidden mysteries. The building was empty, but the footsteps never stopped. The building was abandoned in 1998. At least, that's what the official records say. No workers remained inside. No electricity was connected after the final shutdown, and according to the city archives, every entrance was sealed permanently. For years, the structure stood untouched at the edge of the industrial district. Broken windows stared out over empty streets. Rainwater leaked through the roof. The walls slowly rotted in silence. Most people avoided the place completely, not because of what they saw there, but because of what they heard. Residents living nearby began reporting strange sounds late at night. Heavy footsteps echoing through empty hallways, metal doors slamming shut underground, long dragging noises moving from room to room. At first, police dismissed the reports immediately. Old buildings make noise all the time. Pipes shift, wood expands, wind moves through broken corridors. But then the calls became too specific to ignore. Different witnesses described the exact same thing. Footsteps, always footsteps. Slow at first, heavy, measured, like someone walking calmly through the darkness. The strange part was timing. The sounds always began after midnight, and they always stopped exactly at 2:13 a.m., no matter the weather, no matter the season. Eventually, security officers were sent to inspect the building. They searched every hallway, every locked room, every basement level beneath the structure. Nothing was found. No signs of intruders, no evidence anyone had entered the property at all. But one officer later admitted something disturbing. While searching the third-floor hallway, he heard footsteps directly behind him, not somewhere far away, not echoing from another room, right behind him. He turned immediately. The corridor was empty, but dust on the floor told a different story. Fresh footprints had appeared where no one had been standing seconds earlier, and they were still moving. After the first investigation failed, the city installed temporary security cameras inside the building. Most people assumed the footage would finally explain everything. Instead, it made the situation worse. The cameras were placed across 4 separate floors: hallways, storage rooms, basement entrances, locked medical wings. For the first 2 nights, nothing unusual happened. Dust moved through empty corridors, lights flickered occasionally, but no movement was detected. Then came the 3rd night. At exactly 2:13 a.m., Camera 4 captured something impossible. The hallway remained completely empty. No doors opened, no shadows moved, no figure entered the frame. But audio sensors recorded footsteps approaching slowly through the corridor. One step, then another, heavy, deliberate. The sound grew louder with every second, yet the hallway itself remained empty. Then the camera captured the first footprint appearing in the dust. No body, no visible source, just a fresh footprint pressing slowly into the floor. Then another. The investigators initially believed it was equipment failure, possibly corrupted footage, maybe interference from damaged wiring. But the timestamps matched perfectly across all cameras at the exact same moment. Other doors inside the building began moving violently on their own. Chains tightened, metal rattled, and one locked room near the eastern wing triggered motion detection repeatedly. That room had been sealed for over 20 years. No keys existed anymore. The camera aimed at the doorway captured something investigators never explained publicly. The chains suddenly stretched tight, as if something inside was pulling against them. Then the audio stopped completely. No footsteps, no movement, nothing. For almost 30 seconds, the building became silent again. And then, one final sound echoed through the hallway, a slow knock from the inside of the locked room. The footage should have ended the investigation immediately. Instead, it triggered a deeper search beneath the structure itself. Old architectural records revealed something strange. The building shown on public maps was incomplete. There was another level underground, a section missing entirely from official blueprints. Most city workers had never heard about it before. Investigators eventually located a hidden staircase behind a collapsed storage area in the basement. The passage descended far below the known foundation of the building. The deeper they went, the colder the air became. Their radios began failing underground. Flashlights flickered constantly, and several officers later claimed they heard movement below them. Even though the staircase ended in solid concrete, at the bottom level they discovered a series of sealed rooms. No windows, no markings, no official records explaining why they existed. But the doors told another story. Every room had heavy locks installed from the outside, not to keep people out, to keep something in. Inside one room, investigators found old hospital beds bolted directly into the floor, chains attached to the walls, deep scratches covering the metal doors from the inside, and written repeatedly across one wall. A single sentence remained barely visible beneath decades of dust. "It never stops walking." Nobody knew who wrote it, but investigators noticed something disturbing almost immediately afterward. Fresh footprints covered the floor around them. Not old prints, fresh ones. The dust had been disturbed only moments earlier, yet no one in the room matched the pattern. The footprints were too large, too deep, and they led toward a sealed hallway farther underground. That hallway did not appear on any map. One investigator reportedly followed the prints alone for several minutes. When the others caught up, he was gone. Only his flashlight remained on the floor, still pointing toward the darkness. After the disappearance underground, the investigation ended officially. The building was sealed permanently, every entrance welded shut, every report classified and archived. For years, nothing happened. Then the recordings leaked online. Fragments of audio began spreading through paranormal forums. Most people dismissed them immediately, until listeners noticed something hidden beneath the footsteps. Breathing, slow human breathing, very close to the microphone. Some claimed the sounds changed depending on where the recording was played. Others reported hearing additional footsteps that did not exist in the original files. Then came the strangest reports of all. People living near the abandoned building began hearing the footsteps again. But this time, the sounds were outside. Witnesses described footsteps moving slowly across empty streets after midnight. Security cameras captured distorted shadows near locked storefronts. Dogs refused to walk near the district at night. One resident claimed the footsteps stopped directly outside his apartment door for nearly 3 minutes. No knocking, no movement, just breathing. When he finally looked through the peephole, the hallway outside was empty, but dusty footprints stretched away from his door, leading toward the stairwell. The final confirmed incident happened only months later. A night guard working nearby heard metal chains rattling inside the abandoned building again. Impossible. The structure had already been sealed completely, but when police arrived, one entrance stood partially open, and fresh footprints led back inside the darkness. The officers never released what they found beyond the doorway, but according to unofficial reports, the footsteps were still moving deeper underground. Whatever was inside never left.